Joining me is Richard Eskow from Campaign for America's Future, also Social Security Works. Richard, great as always to talk to you. Let's start with Joe Biden's recent comments about Social Security, which are a big deal, but because of all the other political news that's been going on, they've been largely ignored, at least in great detail, by most of the mainstream media. What did Joe Biden say, first of all?
Oh, well, I'm wearing my glasses in order to quote it accurately, even though I've been told they make me look like Seinfeld's dad. But anyway, what he said was, and this was about a little more than a week ago, close to 2 weeks now, he was doing a meet and greet at a coffee shop, the Coffee Break Cafe in Stewart, Virginia, and somebody brought up Social Security or something, and here's what he said verbatim, and verbatim is kind of important in this case. He said, you know how Biden is, you can picture it. Hey, by the way, let's talk about Social Security. Hey, by the way, let's talk about Social Security. Number one, he said, I guarantee you, flat guarantee you, that there will be no changes in Social Security. This is from a poll report of the reporters with him. And then he said one more time, I flat guarantee you. Now, that's pretty strong stuff from an administration that keeps talking about, bargains that include cuts to Social Security. I flat guarantee, three guarantees, two of them flat, that there will be no changes to Social Security benefits. That was on, I believe, August 15th or 16th. So since then, nothing but that, to use Biden's own phraseology, I would call that a big effing deal.
So let's take it piece by piece. Prior to this statement, did we have anything even remotely definitive from the Obama administration about the future of Social Security?
What we had was actually the opposite of definitive. The only thing we had that could even be described as definitive was repeated statements from the president that Social Security should be on the table as part of an overall deficit reduction package, even though Social Security is forbidden by law from contributing to the deficit. So he said many times that there are cuts, in one of his phraseologies that he used, so small that folks wouldn't even notice them, which isn't true. They would be very noticeable. So a number of times the president has offered to cut Social Security benefits as part of a grand bargain. He appointed a deficit commission whose two co-chairs were both on the table as saying that they wanted to see Social Security benefits cut. So for a long time, the president has been angling to put this on the table. He even was planning, according to reports, to put it in his 2011 State of the Union message until citizen pressure forced him to back down. So it's clear that their position has been the opposite of this up to this point, and here comes Joe Biden.
Okay, so now then let's take it since Joe Biden's comments. Have we seen any follow-up from anybody in the Obama administration about what Joe meant? And has anybody even really tried to get an answer about this?
No, and that's the weird part. If you think back, for example, Biden was the first to make a comment about gay marriage. And there was some back and forth about that. People thought maybe Joe had wandered off the reservation. And then a week or two later, the president made his comment about how he had evolved on the issue of gay marriage. Now, in the meantime, he was asked, is Biden speaking for the administration? The press secretary was asked, Biden speaking for the administration. There's been a bizarre, as far as I know, kind of radio silence about this one. Is Biden speaking for the administration? The administration hasn't elaborated, to my knowledge. No reporter has even asked the president or the press secretary, to my knowledge, what was Joe Biden talking about? So there's been this bizarre, everybody wanted to talk about Biden's chains comments, and the president or press secretary was certainly asked about that. The president responded to it, but nobody has asked about a very substantive question, and that to me is crazy.
Right. Now, you would think that if it were the case that Biden is making some kind of official statement reflecting the actual policy moving forward, that would be a big deal that we would be hearing from the Obama campaign about, because it would be such a significant thing.
Or a big as Joe would say. Yeah, no, absolutely. Well, that's one possibility. Look, there are two or three different possibilities. One is, look, since Biden said that, the president has given an interview to the Associated Press where he once again has said, well, everything should be on the table, including something Democrats won't like, presumably or possibly meaning Social Security. So one possibility A, they're talking out of both sides of their mouth here. Possibility B, there's no organization behind this. Possibility C, it was a trial balloon and they're not seeing it as a big issue right now. Nobody responded. Whatever the heck is going on, I think people would be wise to jump on this and say, hey, we think this is a great statement that Biden made. We're all for it. We want to hear it from the president's lips. We want to hear it from every single member of the House that we intend to vote for. We want you to get our vote by saying this, every senator and so on. So I love to see people organizing around this comment.
All right, so we're going to keep an eye on it. Hopefully we will get some kind of an answer soon. We've been speaking with Richard Eskow, Campaign for America's Future, Social Security Works. Always great, as always, to talk to you.
Same here. Thanks for having me, David.
Okay, let's take a break. We'll be back with plenty more after this. Stay tuned.